Hey darling friends, I'm here today with my little sister Jade.
Hi.
My little brother Julian. My little brother Julius. And today we're going to show you a video on how to make muffins.
Yeah.
So weird, I know.
Today is a Friday, which is Veterans Day. Yay!
Yay!
And we're gonna be today is our pajama day, basically, for us.
Well, for me and Jade, technically.
We stay in our pajamas all day long. I don't. We take a shower, but we just change it to pajamas.
Yeah, to celebrate the little chill day.
Yeah, chill day, muffin day. No
lighting.
No lighting. No gun.
Sugar and flour, baking powder and salt, oil and milk, and 1 egg. You'll need all this other stuff too. Alright, so first thing we need to do before we make our muffin batter is to preheat the oven to 400. Now before you press start on your oven, you need to make sure that there's nothing in your oven so you don't be burning stuff. Okay. Alright, so we're going to need one of these silver bowls. If you don't have a bowl, just get a bowl that can fit all of your dry ingredients. First up is the flour. So with the flour, you're going to need 2 cups of it. Make sure you got a lot of flour for it though. You gotta get a full cup. And when you do it, you're going to need to shift it. Get a little shifter, make sure that there's no chunks in it, so you don't have a lot of lumps in your muffins. Alright, so next thing you gotta do is get 1 tablespoon, a capital T is a tablespoon, of baking powder. So you have to make sure that it's equal amount of baking powder. To do that, you can use this thing right here and scrape off the extra stuff. And then you got 1 exact tablespoon. Alright, so next thing you gotta do is get 1/4 cup of sugar. Make sure you got all the extras out. Pour it in. And that's not all the sugar you need. You also need 1 tablespoon. Get another scoop. Make sure it's equal and pour it in. Alright, so next is salt. Gotta get 1 teaspoon, which is a lowercase t. Make sure you got it all equal, then pour it in. Easy as that. Alright, so next thing you need is 1 egg. You gotta crack it, pour it into your other silver bowl. For the show, let me make sure of that. And you gotta beat the egg. It's like mixing it like this. Make sure you got all the yolks separated. And when it comes out, it should look like this. Alright, next is 1 cup milk. Normally, if you were like a real chef, you need to use like a liquid measuring cup. But I don't have that anymore, so I got a regular dry measuring cup. Pour that into your eggs. It should look like this. And when you don't feel like it, just like mix it up well. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I like to mix it in. Alright, next is 1/4 cup oil. Just pour it into your measuring cup or a liquid measuring cup, whatever works for you, and it should look like that. Like milk and eggs and oil all mixed together. You can see the oil thick. Alright, so when we got all that done, you can mix in anything you want. Bananas, apples, or anything. For me right now, I'm using vanilla extract to give a little more flavor to it. So it can taste a little more vanilla-y.
There is no exact measurement for vanilla extract. Just add as much as you think you want.
But not too much. You don't want to be tasting like a cake or something.
Rolling.
Alright, so when you got all the liquids down, you got all your dries down, you need to mix the dry ingredients together and make a little well right here, like a little hole, to pour in all your liquids in. See, like that. Okay, with all this, you need to mix it up well. Make sure you got all the dry ingredients in the liquid. make it look like this. May sound weird at the beginning, but as soon as you get used to it, it's gonna look a little chunky and a little like that. Make sure you got all the dry stuff out. If you're using a whisk, you gotta shake it a little so you can get all of it out. Make sure you got all the parts. Alright, so when you got all of them mixed together, you need to get the batter. It's gonna look all weird and chunky a little, but you gotta fill in all of these. I'm using a small pan, which means it's gonna take a little less time than the big ones, and you gotta fill it up 2/3 of the cups. Kind of like that, not all the way, because when we heat it up, it's gonna fluff up. There we go. And do this all throughout the entire pan. Make sure you don't have any of it left over on the sides.
So he's gonna keep on.
All right. So, I filled up all the pans. So now all we need to do is put them in the oven.
I make it all night.
So the big ones are going to take longer than the small ones. So we're going to need to look at them every now and again to see if they're all big and fluffy. For the big ones, it's probably going to take a little 15 minutes. For the small ones, probably going to take like 10 minutes or around 12.
Okay, guys, we're gonna try these delicious muffins. It looks so good right now. So I'm gonna take one. That's delicious. It's sweet. It's not too dry. It's perfect.
Okay, if you want to see more of my videos, go, subscribe right now.
And comment down below for more video suggestions. See you next time, J Squad.